Welcome, I Did It audience. I'm really glad that you're here today. I'm really glad that you clicked on this video. This video it will not be a video to cover my first gaming experience with Infinity Kingdom. What it is a video to give you some tips using the very popular OBS studio software to record your video of you playing video games. So, as I said before in previous videos, this is about my journey starting a new YouTube channel. And so I want to show you everything. And so this is my very first recording of OBS Studio. Now, okay, all right, truth. I did one recording before this just to test out the video and the audio to make sure everything was working okay, and everything seems to be working okay, and I did the settings correct. Now, unfortunately, there's one problem, and you may hear my voice may sound tingy a little bit. And I don't know why that's happening. I'm using the Jabra headphone set, so very good high quality headphone sets designed for PCs, but for some reason it sounds tingy every once in a while, and then it reverts to normal, and then it goes back to tingy. So hopefully, majority of this video is normal. It could be because I have the desktop audio on. I don't know. I'm gonna have to play around with settings. You know, I did a video recording before using Zoom, and I wasn't happy with that way that came out. And so I'm hoping with using OBS Studio, obviously, that the recordings come out a lot better. It's a very popular program that's used out there. It has a lot of features, a lot of options on there for streaming, video recording, for even podcasts. It's got a lot of stuff out there. And the most important thing is that it is free to download. So let's go into it and let's go in and show you the tips on how to set up OBS Studio for the first time. Now, this is OBS Studio right here that you see up on the screen here. Now, when you go into the program the very first time, you're not going to see this screen. Actually, it's going to ask you some questions. But first of all, you need to download the program. Now, where do you find OBS Studio? Just go into your browser, type in OBS Studio, and you will see OBS Project, and you will click on here, and you will see the different operating systems that you could download. I have a Windows-based system, so I clicked on Windows, and it downloaded the installer. Run the installer, and it will actually download the program and run the program. It's a very quick installation. So I'm very surprised on how small the file was with all the different features and options that they have available. Then you want to open up Studio for the first time. Now, when you open up Studio for the very first time, it's going to ask you a couple questions before it gets into the program. First thing it's going to do is it's going to read the resolution of your monitor. Now, with reading the resolution of your monitor, if you have a high quality monitor, it's going to pick that resolution. My suggestion is this is the very first time you're using it, is maybe just select just the standard high definition format. That way you know you're recording in a format that's friendly to YouTube and that you're uploading it and your videos are going to be successfully recorded and so on. It's also going to ask you about your frames per second. Now, with frames per second, it gives you several different options, whether you're 60, 30. It gives you some other variables to that. I selected for it to always record at 60, but to default to 30 if it can't do 60. And so all my recordings are going to be set up at 60 frames per second. And unless there's something wrong, then it's going to default down to 30 frames per second. So again, you want to pick a format that is friendly to YouTube. So I wouldn't go any higher than 60 frames per second right now. So once you've done that, then it's going to take you into the program. Now, when you're into the program, first thing you want to do is go into settings. Now you could go into settings here in the bottom right corner. I clicked on settings, or you could go under file and select settings, and it will bring up the exact same screen. So there's a lot of different options that you could choose from. There's only a couple key areas that you want to go in here to select to set up your recording. First of all, you want to go into output. Now, under output, you want to select that you're doing MKV format. You could select other formats, MP4 and stuff like that. The reason that I've heard through videos to select the MKV or the what is it, the FLV format is if your system crashes, it's going to still record that format. Or your recording will still be there. If you select MP4 and your system crashes or the software crashes, that potentially that MP4 program or recording is going to be gone. And so you may say to yourself, but Brad, how do I upload to YouTube? I need an MP4 format. Well, there's a way that you can fix that, and I'll show that in a second, which is under the advanced. And under advanced, you want to check automatically remix to MP4. So when you do your MKV video format recording, it's automatically going to do a second recording and convert that to MP4. So you're set. Now, other things that you want to do on audio output, you can select the quality. I just went ahead and select high quality medium file size. I don't want to mess with very big files that's going to tax the system, that's going to take forever to upload into YouTube. And so that's the quality that I selected. Now with audio, I'll just go into audio and make sure that it's got the right audio. It may be selected as right now. I know I'm going to be recording Java, so I selected the Java as a audio mic format. The desktop audio can be default. Um, I went ahead and left that at default. I got my headphones on, so I could have selected Java, but I know that not always am I going to want it to record the audio that way. And the audio, desktop audio is the audio from your game output. The mic audio is you talking over the game. And so you want to select those two. And then the last thing that you want to go into is hotkeys. You probably want to set up, especially if you're using one monitor, you want to set up a hotkey to start your recording and stop your recording. You want to make sure that hotkey is not a key that's used in the video game. Because if you select that key and it's used in the video game, then it's not going to function properly. So you want to make sure that you choose a key, and all you do is just click on there and hit the key, and you'll automatically see it up there. So I preset up ours to be my hotkeys. So those are the settings that you want to do first before you do start doing the recording. Now you want to see this box down here in the left corner area is sources. You want to set up your sources and tell OBS, okay, where do I want to get my video from? If I have multiple monitors or multiple programs up, where do I want to get the audio from with me speaking, and where do I want the audio to come from in the game? So the way you do that is by hitting the plus key, and you're going to hit display capture. Okay, so this is the second time I'm doing it. I already had display capture already set. You'll see that it's automatically defaulting to display capture 2. Yours will say display capture. So you hit OK, and you'll hit the 1920-10 resolution, and you want the cursor showing. So you leave that checked, and then you hit OK. Since I already have this set up, I don't want to hit OK. I'm going to hit cancel. And I'm going to hit select this, and I'm going to remove this by hitting the minus key and hitting yes. But normally you won't have to do that. You'll just see display capture show up here. Now we're going to select the audio input. So I'm going to hit the plus key, audio input. It's going to say 2 and hit OK. And I can select default or select where your microphone is going to be, and which is, for me, it would be the Java Evolve. But again, I've already set that up already, so I'm going to hit cancel at this point. You would hit OK, and I'm going to go ahead and remove this. Yes. Now you got the audio output. If you want sound from your video game to be in your video recording, you want to select audio output. So you select audio output, and hit OK. And this is going to be set up as default. Again, like the other things, you could select where you want that. So I'm using the Java Evolve. So I may want to select that, but it's working okay as it is as the default. So I'm going to hit cancel. And I'm going to remove that where you would hit OK. So got my three setups there. Then your three setups there, everything is set up correctly. You will see on the screen here your video game with your OBS Studio. So I'm going to move the OBS Studio over. And right now you're just looking at OBS Studio. So once I move it out, you see that it's got the game there. So it is recording. So I got a 2 monitor setup. So I got OBS Studio on one side, so I could see actually how the recording looks, and the actual game that I'm playing with on the other side. Now, I ran into a problem the very first time that I ran this program. So, and that was the color quality. It was very washed out. So, what I discovered is under display settings, I needed to turn off the use HDR. So, let me turn it on real quick. See how white it is and how washed out and how horrible it looks. And if I go into the video game and bring up the video game, it works even worse. You see, that's just horrible. All that white is just horrible. Everything's washed out. Certain things you can't even see. And I discovered that to fix that, I had to turn off my HDR. Now it's off. Look at the whites. The whites are a lot better. You look at the game. Let's bring up the game. Game color look normal. Now there's other things that you could go into if you go into OBS Studio that your color is still kind of messed up. You want to go into settings, and I think it's under, is it output? No, it's under advanced, and no, it's under, no, it's output. Yes, output recording. No, not that. Um, damn it. Advance. Recording. Yes. Yes. Video. Here. This is it. Sorry. Okay, you go under video, you select color range to full and not partial. That I was told or watched a video that could fix the problem. Another way, if that still doesn't fix the problem, is you could right click and go to your NVIDIA control panel. I don't know why the NVIDIA control panel takes a little while to load up, but it's trying to load up. And then you go into adjust video color settings. Make sure you select with NVIDIA settings, and then you select the advanced tab, and then you select full. And I heard that can fix your color. But I tried both of those things. It did not fix my color at all. And in fact, I couldn't find a video out there that said you need to go to turn off HDR. I discovered that on my own. So hopefully I will be the only video out there that gives you the tip on turn off your damn HDR and your video quality will look good. So there you go. This video went on a little bit longer than I wanted to, but hopefully I gave you some good tips on using OBS Studio for your very first time. Now, when you use OBS Studio, obviously you want to hit record. And then when you record, I forgot to show you real quick. When you're done recording, you hit R, you will go under File, Show Recordings. And that will be, your recording will be there right there. And then you'll see the MPV and the MKV format. Okay, now there you have it. There's your tips on using OBS Studio for the very first time. Hopefully this helps you a lot with doing your very first recording. And that's about it. If you like this video, please hit the like button. Feel free to comment on the video. And would love any tips out there that you guys watch these videos and you have any tips for me. I will absorb and start doing those tips. But that's it. Enjoy your day, and I hope you like this video. Signing off.